this video, you'll learn useful information about hereditary cancer testing, as well as the types of results it can provide. Learning if you have an increased risk for cancer can make a difference. Cancer is complex and has many causes. Most cancers are sporadic and not due to one identifiable cause. But about 10 to 15% of certain cancers are due to harmful genetic changes that are called mutations that are passed down through families. Hereditary cancer screening is designed to give a risk analysis designed for women and men to detect mutations in a comprehensive set of genes associated with common hereditary cancers: breast, colorectal, melanoma, ovarian, pancreatic, prostate, stomach, uterine cancers. Understanding if you have a genetic predisposition to cancer allows you and your healthcare provider to create a screening, nutrition, and prevention plan that's tailored to you. This is important because detecting cancer at its earliest stage improves the likelihood of a favorable outcome. Screening is useful for men as well as women. Half of all people with mutations are men. Just like women, men have a 50% chance of passing the gene on to each of their children. We believe it's important to understand what can and cannot be learned with genetic testing. Genetic mutations can increase risks for certain cancers, but this does not mean cancer will definitely develop. You should be prepared to receive positive or negative results. Most people receive negative results, meaning no mutations associated with an increased risk for the hereditary cancers covered by the test. A positive result, or finding a mutation, is not a cancer diagnosis and does not mean you'll ever develop cancer. For example, most women have a 10% chance of getting breast cancer by the time they're 80, while a woman with a mutation in the BRCA1 gene can have up to an 81% chance. Most men have a 2% chance of getting colorectal cancer by the time they're 70, while a man with a mutation of the MLH1 gene can have up to a 41% chance. The level of increased cancer risk differs from gene to gene. Even if your results show no mutations, you may still get cancer. What can I do if my test is positive? There are 4 basic paths to lower your risk of getting cancer. 1. Increased surveillance. MRIs, mammograms, natural substances test, RGC GenLab, prostate screening, PSA blood test. Number 2. Diet and nutrition. According to the American Cancer Society, the single most important dietary intervention to lower risk for cancer is eating 5 or more servings of fruits and vegetables daily. Consuming a diet rich in plant sources provides phytochemicals that are non-nutritive substances in plants that possess health protective benefits. A diet rich in food from plant sources reduces the risk for development of cancers of the gastrointestinal tract, respiratory tract, and colon. Increased consumption of fruits and vegetables is also associated with decreased risk for lung cancer. Consumption of meat, especially red meat such as beef, pork, and lamb, have been associated with increased risk of colon cancer and prostate cancer. Obesity is often the result of meat-based, high-fat diets. Obesity has been linked to cancers at several sites, including colon and rectum, prostate, kidney, endometrium, as well as breast cancer in postmenopausal women. 3. Risk-reducing agents or medicine. 4. Risk-reducing surgery, remove the organs at risk. Hereditary cancer screening provides vital information to help people with a strong personal or family history of cancer understand their own risk of developing the disease. With this information, they can take steps to potentially prevent cancer, delay the onset of cancer, or catch it at an early stage when outcomes and survival rates are better. Does cancer run in your family? Cancer may be inherited if multiple combination of cancers on the same side of the family, young, any cancers at age 50 or younger, especially breast, colorectal, and endometrial, rare, a rare cancer at any age. BRCA mutations are responsible for the majority of hereditary breast and ovarian cancers. People with a mutation in either the BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene have risks of up to 86% for developing breast cancer and 39 to 63% for developing ovarian cancer by age 70. Mutation carriers previously diagnosed with cancer also have a significantly increased risk of developing a second primary cancer. In fact, patients with these types of mutations have an up to 64% chance of developing a second breast cancer by age 70. Knowing your results will help you and your healthcare professionals either prevent or delay the onset of cancer, or detect it at an earlier, more treatable stage. Hereditary cancer testing for colorectal cancer and uterine endometrial cancer. Lynch syndrome, also known as hereditary non-polyposis colorectal cancer, HNPCC syndrome, is the most common of the hereditary colon cancer syndromes and is believed to account for 3 to 5% of all colorectal cancers. A person's risk of developing hereditary melanoma by detecting inherited mutations in the P16 gene, also called CDKN2A or INK4A, which is associated with hereditary melanoma and pancreatic cancer. Changes in the P16 gene increase cancer risk, making a melanoma diagnosis up to 50 times more likely by age 50. There are many known risk factors for cancer. Genetics and family history are often overlooked. If your sister, brother, mother, father, aunt, uncle, or grandmother, grandfather had cancer on either side of your family, especially at a young age, this is suggestive of hereditary cancer. Hello, my name's Paula Samani. I'm 34 years old and I'm the proud mother of 2 young daughters. I'm also a BRCA1 carrier and a breast cancer warrior. I have a very long relationship with cancer. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer in her early 30s. When I was 29, I got genetic testing done to find out my own risk of cancer. And it was at that time I found out that I'm positive for a mutation in the BRCA1 gene, putting me at much higher lifetime risk of cancer. When I met my oncologist, she shared options with me about what I can actually do about it. And that felt really empowering. She said that I can start MRIs and mammograms every 6 months. And that was actually really important because at 29 years old, I wouldn't qualify for mammograms or MRIs with my insurance company. But as a BRCA1 carrier, I should have already been getting them. Fast forward 3 years, when I'm 31 years old, I was actually 38 weeks pregnant with my second daughter, and remember lying in the hospital bed for an ultrasound and rubbed my chest and felt a lump. I immediately went to my OBGYN to get her opinion, and she agreed that because of my family history and my genetic test results, we should go ahead and get an ultrasound of my breast. My water then broke 2 days later, and my daughter arrived 2 weeks early. So in the hospital, I got my ultrasound and breast biopsy, and later my doctor told me I had breast cancer. And I immediately dropped my face into my hands and started bawling. After that day, I immediately started planning my successful recovery after surgery. And I'm cancer-free today. I know genetic testing saved my life. It allowed me to change my lifestyle and allowed me to change my diet and my overall wellness. And with early detection, I beat cancer. I have less fear, more knowledge, and peace of mind. Your genes are not your destiny. Fortunately, women who are BRCA carriers have options to significantly reduce their risk of developing breast and ovarian cancer. Talk to your family, your doctor, be informed, and take control of your health. I think knowing is better than not knowing. Knowledge is power, and once you have that, then you can make choices and steps and make your decisions of what you want to do next. Hereditary cancer screening, the test you order for your patients.